Robogroup.com. We are booking our cabs, we are doing a lot of things on the technology. So it's high time we kind of change into using technology for education purpose. Yeah. So what is this Robomate Plus? Robomate Plus actually began with a journey of recording or writing content, and this content was written in such a way that it was student friendly. It was simple, small, modular content which was written so that students would understand that, you know, tough concepts and the analytics that came after that was explained in a very, very small modular fashion. And then there were assessments to know and grade whether the student is there with the concepts or not. Okay. When it was also with the teacher in the frame, it became a revision kind of a lectures which students could use it just before the exam. And hence Robomate has a two-way use. One is that the student actually uses it before the exam as a revision tool, and second is it is a platform where there are so many components that an institution can use it as an administrative system. And basically administrative system meant that you could, or a student could, teacher or a student could log in, and hence there was an access and every activity was mapped, including the attendance, including the class performance and the exam test results, etc. Second was analytics, which meant that your whatever the marks that you earned, that said that you were weak in this subject, you actually lost in conceptual understanding, or you could be better in the evaluation or synthesis of 2-3 different concepts coming together. So that was the analytical component. What Robo Assess meant was that different kind of tests were actually done by the students, which were very, very graded from simple to complex, and hence a child could be introduced on adaptive assessment basis so that his ability was built step by step. Robo Books, it's a digitization of books and study content. The way it was, of course, it reduces the weight of your school bag. Then there came Robo Repo, which is specific feature to the organization or rather institutions and education enterprises, where they could digitize their books but also create their own content. And hence this repository meant that you could create your own content. This company which has brought Robomate Plus has their own 45,000 modules. Okay. So in addition to that, there is a service available where you could create your own modules as well as a repository. Now Robogroup meant that all the students could collaborate, teachers could supervise, and hence this group meant you studied in a collaborative manner. And finally, this is something which was the connect between parent, teacher and student. I have a little small film which speaks about what is basically this three-way system of the app which connects 3 stakeholders. Can we just quickly have the film?
Very happy to receive my study material in the form of a tablet. After reaching home, I switched on my tablet and explored it. On the home screen, I could see the menu. The first tab said my course. The next tab was my performance. That means my results were going to be mapped. Then I clicked on my bag. From now on, I was not going to carry any heavy books as my tablet had all of them. Next tab was collaboration, where I could chat with the teachers for my difficulties. Finally, the tab study group meant I could exchange notes with my fellow students. Then I came back to the main menu. I selected today's date and chapter name, and modules flashed on the screen. I selected the first module from my schedule to see the AV lecture.
Hi students, we are learning a beautiful concept now, and the concept which we are learning is nothing but angle of elevation.
Wow, it's just like being in a class.
I did an MCQ test after watching the AV lecture. Next day I went to the class.
Students, all your home activities are now available on my teacher's app via the cloud.
I know. How many of you have seen the video lectures for your home studies?
If you have taken the MCQ test after that, and if needed, to see the solution.
I don't have to run after Rahul's studies or teach him. I get regular updates on Rahul's attendance and the marks of the test done at home as well as in the class. I get all this information through a parent's app. This way I need not even ask Rahul about his studies, as the experts are preparing him at home and also in the classroom.
So what basically what we want to say is that digital education is the way forward. It is already here, okay? And in schools, we have seen it being practiced in a flipped methodology way. It works beautifully. The child learns the previous day, watches the video module, comes the next day, there's a little small test that is conducted, and you can know the preparedness of the child, and hence you can go to the higher level doubt solving. It becomes much easier, okay? And hence the retention is much, much better. Basically, it's a support system. More than this presentation today of talking, I'm sure whole day you have heard about this. You have heard a lot of people who are making digital content. I'm coming to something very, very crucial and important. That is my next slide. This is my slide. What I heard was, this must be my 7th or 8th conference. And this is what I've heard. And this is what I've seen. A lot of people have asked question, who is going to adopt this system? Is it the trustees? Is it the principal? Or is it the school teachers? And then they said people who decide where the money should be spent are the trustees. Person who actually gets the system is the principal, and execution is supposed to be by teachers. So I feel it's a teamwork, and hence there is a question who begins it, means all of us have to begin together. If we don't, there's going to be a little bit whatever the delay that we are already facing. It took us 100 years to abolish blackboard from the schools or from the education institutions. We don't know what next, and we don't have time because we already are there on various apps. My next question is also, at this age, a lot of teachers are thinking, isn't it easy to write with the chalk? This technology, it stops. Like I was saying, is it on? Is the signal on? If this stops, I'm suddenly at the mercy. A next light comes and I said, hey, why the hell? There is no continuity. Am I supposed to talk? Am I going to look like a fool in technology? So these are all the doubts that plague the minds of people who are supreme heroes. And believe me, teachers, institutions are the alma mater, okay? And they already are at a level where they are worshipped. Should you be seen as something which you are going to learn yourself is also a key question. I'm not saying right or wrong, but I'm simply saying these are the thoughts that I have actually seen. And for me, these slides are the most important slides because that's going to create the next level, yeah? Because there are various solutions available, yeah? But important is by the teacher, with the experience, and where you know the child has learning disabilities or problems. When they write a content like that, it becomes more relevant, it becomes result oriented, it becomes focused. If it is curriculum basis, then it is more relevant to the school. So all those are the evaluation parameters, okay. Next, I also heard we have laptops, we have audiovisual classrooms, but there is no training to the teachers. Or who is going to come and do ICT training? So that was another important also thought. I'm going to leave you with these thoughts, but nevertheless. Okay, now also teachers think, why should I teach on somebody else's content? Because when I stand there, I'm comfortable speaking what I want to speak. I want to see the results, I want to make a difference on what I want to teach. It doesn't become relevant for me to use this standardized uniform content, whatever it is, but it is no, okay, so that's another one. Also, am I going to be just the facilitator? Like I'm standing here, okay, am I the facilitator? Is it going to be aid to me? Am I not going to have my intellectual property? What difference will I make? So these are a lot of questions that are coming up with technology, and collectively I feel those also have to be addressed. And finally, also, if there is relevance, means the feedback is going to make me a better teacher. Feedback of student's result is going to improve his grade. If there is a customized learning, then maybe this kind of a teaching is relevant, is what is thought. My last line is what I believe in. This was what I found, and hence I'm saying this, that if there is any democracy in the world today, then Google has created this. That's internet democracy, because you can post anything, you can write anything, you can speak anything. You want to do something, you don't want to do anything, it's up to you. Okay? So I feel in a real sense, Google has offered us global democracy and also the respect that we deserve, because even if somebody wants to comment, somebody else will always have another opinion. So it's beautiful democracy that Google is doing. But while they are doing, and we are on the digital platform, should we be the part of this revolution? With all those thoughts, with all those products that are available. So I want to just quote our father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, at the end of the day, and saying that if you want to see the change, then be the part of that change. Yeah? Thank you very much.
That was a presentation in time. Thank you very much, ma'am. As I have said that we are behind the time. Thank you very much. And now I just want to thank you with facilitating with your memento. I would like to call upon our president, Mr. Hemant Sethi, to facilitate Ms. Chhaya to be a part of World Education Summit. Please have a round of applause.